Hello, welcome back to Life in Eorzea. I'm here today with a close friend of mine. It's been a while since we've been able to sit and chat like this. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Tsuikino, used to play the game since 2.0. Loved it and hated it.
Yeah, I'm sure we've all had love and hate relationships with Final Fantasy.
Mine goes pretty deep.
I mean, any game in general. Okay, so I have a few questions here. I'm gonna ask you, and you just give your honest opinion on whatever it is that I ask you.
Brutally honest?
I mean, however honest you want to be. I was kind of prepared for this interview. So, however honest you want to be, man. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started with question number one. What got you into Final Fantasy XIV?
Let's see, there was this guy named Kurasagi. He was like, I need a healer. I'm like, okay, sure. What are the healers like? So he sends me like a whole lot of screenshots and gameplay of like the healing gameplay. I was like, okay, I think I can do this. So I picked up the game.
Man, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Ruined everything. My life was going perfectly fine, and then that happened.
Okay. What system do you play on?
I think I started on the PS3, and then it got changed over to the PS4, and then I got on PC Master Race Life, so I'm a PC.
Yes, PC Master Race.
Indeed.
Screw you guys. Dab on them haters, man. They just don't know console life.
Console life is terrible, and I will never go. If I have the option of PC and console, I'm going PC. Period.
Anyway, I ain't even mad. It's whatever.
If a game came out a year later and I'm a year behind on content on PC, I will still go.
Whatever. That's silly.
You just don't understand the benefits.
No, I don't.
That's exactly why. You don't understand the benefit.
That's cool. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. No. You need to make it this year. You need to like time travel to yourself in the future when you have a PC.
Listen.
I refuse to listen to a call.
Like I have this PC, but I am not using it for gaming. The only game I would use it for is PSO2. That's it.
You should use it for 14
PSO
too.
Clue.
It will change your life.
Do you have to pay for the game again if I switched over to PC?
I don't know. I don't think so. Wait, yes you do. No.
Yeah.
You have to buy a subscription, but that's it.
So you have to have a subscription for PC and PS4?
Yeah. If I remember correctly. No, I'm lying.
I'll probably do the research on that.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I remember starting on PC like back in 1.0 because someone just gave me their disc like I'm never gonna play it, and I was like, all right, cool. But my PC back then could not play it very well because it sucked, and then you tossed me into getting 2.0, so here we are.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people jumped off of Final Fantasy after the original launch of Final Fantasy, but
yeah,
Realm
1.0
Reborn
was pretty big.
Yeah, 1.0 was, and a lot of people heard about it and was like, oh, well, I guess I'll never try that game, and people still think this game is a failure. It's funny.
It's actually totally a very successful game. Very successful.
Yeah.
I'd go back if I had the time, but I don't have the time.
All right. Next question. Tell me the backstory of your characters that you created, meaning race, gender, class, and why.
Like all of the steps it went through.
I mean, pretty much why you chose this race. Why did you choose this class? Stuff like that.
Well, In every game, I'm.
Why'd you choose this gender?
All right.
About to trigger some people.
Yeah, probably. All right. So why did I pick healer? Because a friend of mine told me he needed a heal. In fact,
come on.
I'm gonna bring it up every single time. Secondly, in every game I think I've played, as far as MMOs is concerned, I was the healer because you guys suck and I couldn't trust you guys with healing or my life for that matter.
Whatever.
So yeah, I immediately picked healer. But why did I start white mage? Because everything I read pointed towards white mage being the main healer, and once again, I don't trust people, so I wanted to be the main healer. So yeah, that's the history behind white mage, or healer in general. Why did I pick Midlander? Because that character is one beautiful woman. Wow, I make some gorgeous characters. Why is she female? Because I like looking at females. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty straightforward.
I don't want to look at a male character. Like, no. What was the other question? I can't remember. I think that was it.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. You know, race, class, gender. Was that the only character you made?
Yeah. Why would I play more than one? I'm not a masochist.
You know, yeah. Some of us are, though. Some of us are.
You guys are strange. I refuse.
Okay. All right. Next question. How long have you been playing Final Fantasy XIV?
Shortly after 2.0 release.
Okay. Are you still playing?
At the moment, no. I haven't played since. I can't remember if it was A11 Savage Clear or. I can't remember. No. What was the next tier? Like O Savage?
You had Alexander.
Yeah.
And Heaven's Ward, and then you had Omega.
Okay, yeah.
And
it was I think we got to 03, but schedules were so bad to where like it never lined up, and my schedule was really bad. Like I was available like 2 days out of the week for like 2 hours, but I mean that tier was so easy. Oh my god.
I mean that's rating in general. The most difficult part is getting people together.
Schedules lined up, yeah. But I mean, usually you just get with a group that's around your time period, but I wanted to play with Ilio and Virgil again, so it was very limited at that point.
Yeah. Ilio is he's being a family man, I assume, because I haven't heard from this man in a long time.
Complicated.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their reasons and stuff, so I don't.
I mean, he's playing the game though. If that matters.
Yeah, but he's not here right now in this podcast.
Oh yeah, he's at work.
He
yes, do your job.
Don't respond to messages on Discord, but I digress. It's cool. We're not gonna get on.
You know, he has 6 jobs. He does not get tired. So
don't get tired.
He technically could have been on this call, but you know, that got problem.
Yeah, that's cool. So tell me, why did you stop playing Final Fantasy XIV?
Are we serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
Let's see. The whole issue with me just not having time that lines up with anyone that I actually felt like playing with. I mean, I could have pugged it, but whatever. I didn't really get along with idiots. Especially not casuals, and those are like half the people pugging. And then, I mean, the raids were just getting easier and easier. It's like, it used to be to the point where when you go into a raid, you're expecting to be there for like X amount of hours each day for like an entire week, and don't plan to actually beat it until like the last day of the week. And it's not because, you know, it's not because you suck or the party just can't do it. No, it's because the raid was actually just that hard. and it had that many new mechanics thrown at you. But these days, they just recycle mechanics and throw them back at you at like much lower, I don't know, tenacity. It just wasn't fun. I mean, I accidentally when what was it, A2 Savage? I know, yeah, O2 Savage. I wasn't even paying attention to like FF logs, and then like one of my friends randomly sends me like a screenshot, like, "So what the fuck? Oh wait, is this supposed to be PG-13?"
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, making sure. But yeah, someone sends me a screenshot like, "So what the fuck did you do?" I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "You're like #1 in the world right now. This is great." I was like, "What?" I didn't even like. I wasn't even trying. I was just like, "Yo, Island, just cleric stance. You know, usual. Don't come out or I'll kill you type ordeal." And I solo healed it on our first clear, and that's how it happened. So, and that's another thing. Like, usually you couldn't just outright solo heal a whole raid or whatever on the first clear, especially not in the first week. But they were just making it common. Like, things weren't hitting as hard, or you don't need mitigation for like certain stuff. It just, I wasn't feeling the difficulty or the what was it? I don't know, the creativity of the raids anymore.
I mean, it was just the first tier.
It was, but it was still very lackluster.
I think as far as this tier of rating of the Omega tier is probably the most I've rated in Final Fantasy XIV. It was like, of course, when the game first came out, everybody was trying to do Coils of Bahamut. Some people could do it, some people couldn't.
A lot of people.
We got into Heaven's Ward.
I mean, think about it.
Heaven's Wars, they divided it.
You got to, what was it, turn 4, and that gated like 95% of the players in the world because it was just that hard.
Yeah.
And it was also the first time that DPS were actually put on a DPS check.
Yeah. And people were cheesing the second fight.
Of course.
With the ADS.
If you could cheese it, why would you bother doing it the actual way?
The game is definitely improving. They're definitely learning from those situations. They brought back Rot in another one of their raid tiers.
I've been keeping up with it. Like, I've been looking at it. It's still not intro.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know. Maybe Shadowbringers will bring something that pique your interest in its new tier.
I'll be watching.
All right. Next question. Are you playing any other MMOs?
MMOs? No. MOBAs? Yes.
Okay. Next question is, do you feel that the developers are making original content good enough to keep you interested in Final Fantasy XIV? And I feel you might have already answered
I literally just answered that question. Literally just answered that question.
So that's a no.
That is an absolutely
just to clarify. Not. Okay.
Definitely not affirmative.
All right. Next question is, would you consider yourself casual, mid-core, or hardcore? And if hardcore, in what content are you hardcore?
Hardcore. All of it.
Everything?
Pretty much. Well, wait. When you say like all content, do you mean like raids or crafting?
I mean all content. RPing, crafting, PvP, PvE, meaning raiding.
Okay, PvE, crafting, and I guess the friggin' mining and, well, yeah, because I wanted the best gear, like, and the only way to do that was to either have money in order to get it or to be able to make it yourself.
Okay.
But in our case, whenever I was raiding with Goddess and such, we basically have one person appointed to like each type of crafter so that we wouldn't have to worry so much about gathering stuff or like making one person do everything. No, it was like a whole collective effort. So it made it a lot more bearable. made it a lot more
Yeah.
bearable.
Yeah, when people work together, and that's pretty much what you have to do in this game. Cannot do this game solo.
Nope. But you made me when I first started.
Yeah. Hey,
Just let you.
yeah. Anyways,
Never.
next question. What's your favorite thing that you like about the game?
Rating.
Rating?
Rating.
Okay. What's your favorite moment in the game? And by moment, this can be something story related or something that has just happened to you personally in the game.
I mean, if I'm going to describe a moment, all right, so I don't think we've ever actually had this conversation before, and it saddens me because you're supposed to be my best friend. You lost a lot of points for this before we even get started. Just wanted you to let you know that. But
Okay.
all right, so my favorite character trait in anything or any person is growth or whatever. So the more I see that you are becoming a better person or becoming like really actually amazing, like going from zero to hero, not like immediately from zero to hero, but like all the steps from going from bad to amazing or whatever. It's like I love to see that. So usually my favorite characters in anything tend to be kids, usually, but they also tend to be my least favorite characters too, because they're either really good or they're little shits, and my god. But anyways, so what's that kid's name? Alfnod, I think. All right, so Alfnod. I used to hate that kid. Oh my god, everything he did was obnoxious.
Him and his sister at the start of A Realm Reborn were pretty rough.
Bad. Awful. God, awful. But in what was it? Was it Heaven's Ward or was?
I mean, when there was an Ishgard in Heaven's
Ward. Okay. So yeah, it was Heaven's Ward or whatever. He slowly started to become like a lot better. Because I don't know, I guess he started to actually see that everything in life was not easy. He had to work for stuff. Carrying his grandfather's name was not exactly everything. He needed to write his own chapter. And secondly, you were his pedestal. Like everything you did or whatever, he used to take the credit for it or whatever, which was also annoying. But eventually he started to write his own chapter. Like, he started doing stuff that was amazing. Or, it was, I don't know, that character just actually genuinely surprised me. In fact, he's not my favorite character in it, but he had the most growth out of any character. My favorite character was actually one that died protecting you.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, when you had to hold his hand as he slipped away. In fact, there's actually
every time.
Yeah,
man.
every time. Every time. It's actually my one of my cover photos on Facebook. It still makes me sad to this day. This bad dad. But anyways, yeah, that's my favorite moment.
Yeah, I never even thought about my favorite character in Final Fantasy XIV. Like, honestly, I don't pay attention too much to the story
my head.
outside of, certain things I'll pay attention to, but
typical game.
Yeah, my favorite character had to, well, you don't even know who I'm talking about because it was in Stormblood. But it was an all-raw girl in the Asma Steppes.
Nope.
But no clue. Don't worry about it. Moving on then. Okay. I think we're getting to the rough questions now.
The rough questions.
Name one thing that you really hate in the game.
Casuals. They ruined everything. Absolutely everything. Like, raids could be like 30 times easier if they did not exist. Or if they would at least listen. but they don't want to. They just want to take their sweet, precious time. They want to do things their way. They don't want to try so hard. You telling them what to do is being a try-hard. The fact that you aren't clearing isn't a problem. Just, yeah. Ruins absolutely everything. I think you knew the answer to that question before you asked.
Maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure you did.
Alright, if you could change something in the game, what would you change?
Casuals.
You would change the fact that they
Yes,
exist,
I
or the
would
fact
wipe
that
them
they're
off the face of
casuals?
the earth. Not messing up any more raids anymore.
You know, you need casuals for the game. Like, every game needs casual. They are the bloodline of any game.
Don't even need freaking casual freaking crafters. They suck. They probably only have like one class fully leveled and fully decked out to where like they can only make like one line, and then like you have the hardcore ones that actually does everything, and they supply the market board and everything. Can't even craft right.
Alright, moving on.
Still have more to say about casuals.
Oh god. Alright, next question. How do you feel about the Final Fantasy XIV community?
I think I just explained it. Because unfortunately, more than half of them are casuals.
So, I mean, how do you feel about the whole concept of watch a video before you come into a trial?
I mean, ideally do that. Yes, it would make our lives a lot easier. But, you know, people are they like surprises. I mean, I like surprises too, but I don't like slowing down every...
Alright, cue the fighting music. Let's go.
Oh, you ready? You're one of those? You're one of those?
So, my issue with that is the people that made the video, right? There was no video for them. So when they made the video, they were doing it themselves.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I have the...
like, literally the entire day, every day, in that raid. If you...
The only thing is they did it before me. I have the mentality to do it, but I need someone to give me the opportunity to learn it like those people learned it.
You need the time, too.
Yeah.
Which
I mean,
usually
like,
people don't have. So, if you can make the fight easier, you should.
But, I mean, the thing is, it's like, if you don't get to it day one and just grind it out like that full day, people are already expecting you to either know the fight or watch a video. That's my problem with it.
I mean, I would too. Like, honestly, like, alright, so here's my experience with going in literally day one. Oh man, it was actually fun too. Like, don't get me wrong, when we're talking about this, I understand where you're coming from. But at the same time, I realize I do not like wasting time. When we first went into turn 10, I think, is it turn 9 or turn 10? Like, what was the beginning of, like, the next tier? Was turn 8 the last of the second tier?
No.
Was it turn 9? It was turn 9, right? No. That was turn 8. So turn 9 was...
The first tier was really weird because there was 5 tiers.
Okay, there was 5. And
5
there was
fights
4,
for the first one, and then there was 4.
Okay, so yeah, it's turn 10. All right, so when we first went into turn 10, we went in like that first night and completely blind. Okay, like I said, it's fun, but I hate wasting time. So. We're doing fine, everything's going well, and then like we see like the boss charging something called critical rip, and like I heard my take calling out, look, critical rip's about to happen, whatever this is, you know, yeah, we're about to see what critical rip is, and then he dies. Guess he just one-shot it. He was like, oh my god, well, now we know what critical rip is, you know? It's moments like that where going in blind is great, or whatever. But the rest of the fight or whatever, like after you see it or whatever, you're like, all right, now we know what we need to do to get through that, and you just progress on top of that. But
And then let's just
yeah, but there are some raids that are so long or so complicated to where like, and some groups just don't have any sort of time to like put into actually learning the raid. So if you could spend the time that you don't have in the raid, like looking up a video or looking up tips on what to deal with, do it. And here's the thing though, usually the people with those issues of like being told to like look up a video are usually the people dragging down the party. Like it's usually those. Not saying it's you, but
when it comes to Savage or whatever, I could kind of understand watching videos once you get to certain tiers. But like, I want to see the fight. Like, let me tell you, one of my favorite fights in the game, my favorite fight in the game is 812 when you fight Alexander. That fight is amazing. And
it was fine.
Experiencing that fight for me, the fact that they were able to implement lore into the fight, because you had the cutscene, right, where Alexander had froze you and then he was firing a laser at you, and then all of a sudden you broke out of the freeze and then you were able to dodge the laser. You didn't know how. You were just like, okay, Final Fantasy nonsense, whatever. Get to the fight with Alexander, and then you get to the phase with the ads that he sends into the time portals. So the ads went back in time and froze your character in time. You had to DPS those ads, and that's what broke you out of the freeze so that you can dodge the laser in the past. Implementing that in a fight, that lore in a fight like that, is amazing. And I don't think they've done anything like that I've seen. Like, that was amazing for me. If I had went into that fight and somebody was like telling me the whole fight of what's going to happen and what I'm supposed to do, or telling me I have to watch a video, that would ruin that experience for me. That would no longer have been my favorite moment in the game, because I wasn't able to experience it for the first time myself. This is what I'm talking about when I mean allow people to experience the fight before you go watch a video or know what you're doing, you know, type of stuff.
In that sort of case, you probably shouldn't, like, I don't know, are you doing this with a group or is this with Pug?
No, this is Pugs.
Of course. Don't do it with Pugs. Like, that's what they expect it. Like, it's just...
But everybody doesn't have friends, you know, to play this game with. So some of us have friends, but maybe their friends are doing other stuff, or, you know, further in the game, or the times just don't add up because one's at work and one's not.
I mean, I get it.
So it makes it more difficult to play. So then you're forced to play with Pugs.
Because I'm definitely...
And when you're forced to play with Pugs, that's where we get back to this whole situation of Pugs expecting people to know the fight. Day 2, know the whole fight. I don't have time to explain to you. If you don't know what's going on,
get out.
Watch a video. You know, it's like when you go into a party and it says, like, you would think that the party finder would fix this issue. When you go into a party and it's like learning party, and then you do a fight, you wipe, and then somebody leaves, and you're just like, bruh, this is a learning party.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
like,
they're gonna do that regardless. There's a lot of idiots. I've definitely run into a lot. Whatever, I was learning some fights, but
yeah, there's a lot of people who don't read. Like, you'll go into chaos and you're just like line strat, and then they're just like, oh, is it DPS in or DPS out? And I'm like, no, bro, this is line strat. And then he's like, line strat? What is line strat? And I'm like, did you not read the party finder? Like, why are you here? So now you have to explain to this person what line strat is.
I mean,
like,
you're literally actually saying what Pugs do, though. Like, expect what the line strat is.
But I just mean, like...
I get what you're saying, but you're doing the exact same thing that Pugs do. In another fact.
Alright.
But,
alright.
However, I will say this. I am one of those people who, when I'm going through the story mode, and I have to like queue for a dungeon or whatever, I'm watching the cutscenes. I'm watching every single cutscene. They're gonna have to wait, and I'm the healer, so they have to wait.
They need to just put the trust in every dungeon. Like, I know they're scared that it's gonna like kill the duty finder, which it probably will. But just do it. Like, Yoshi P's constantly trying to keep all this content relevant. So instead of allowing us to go in at our max level job and do our max level rotations, we're forced to sink down.
Yeah,
to
I think that's retarded.
whatever. Like, I hate that.
DC
like,
Universe Online had it right.
Yes. Or PSO2.
Yeah, just
Come
go
on.
in overpowered and just destroy stuff. Like,
It's like,
I
when you get
earned
to end game,
I earned this.
Yeah, like,
I should be able.
when you get to end game, I understand that you need a tank, healer, DPS at end game, but like, you're doing freaking Copper Bell Mine, like, nobody cares.
Oh wait, I remember you never actually played with me, Ilya, and Virgil around this time, but we actually ran what was that? A remake of I can't remember what that dungeon's name is, but it's like we ran it as 4 DPS. Basically, we had no healer and no tank. We just had 4 DPS. Whoever was top DPS at the time was the tank. So we were just like, I mean, we just have to kill these bosses before they kill us. That was the plan. Oh, whatever. I was on Summoner. I think Virgil was on. He was probably on Summoner too. So
yeah, that's just one of those fun, silly things you do when you're with your friends. You're at that level. It's like,
the only bad thing is that we were level synced, so it was like, like it would have been fine if we could have just like ran through and smashed everything, but we didn't.
It's like, yeah, let's go in here and do Alexander as 8 warriors and just kill him. Fell cleans all day. All right, next question. Tell me about a time you had a bad experience with another player.
Is that a? Do you know how many times that was?
I mean, you tell me.
You know me.
I just need you to tell me one time.
I did it in like multiple parties where you were there. So. All right,
Yeah.
all right. It's for the people, I guess. All right, so which one do I want to use? I don't even. Man, if I can like post pictures.
Looking through the flip book for the ammo to put in the gun. Go ahead.
Dude, like, I mean, actually, I'll just talk about one of my worst times. Like, I think I was doing Titan Extreme, was it? I think that's like, yeah, Titan Extreme, and it was Duty Finder, so.
Was this around the time Titan Extreme was the thing, or this was late? Okay.
I had to leave you guys behind on that because you guys sucked. But
I mean, you were the one that got into the game late. But,
I got into the game late, and then I excelled. Doesn't matter how late I came. But anyways, yeah. So there was me and this other white mage, and there was like these tanks who could not hold hate. Like, I swear I would cast like 1 Medica or even a Medica 2. And I'd instantly have aggro. So I was like, we're just over here taking like tank busters and shit. And obviously we took one, we died. Like, even when I perfectly timed like a stone skin and a virus at the same time, I would still die. Because it hurts. So, I was like, you know what, I have an idea. So what I was like everybody just spread out. Oh, whatever. I'm about to sit here, drive hate, and then I'm about to cast Cure 3 like a motherfucker. And I want the tank, once I'm done, to go ahead and snatch the aggro at that time, and then I'm gonna shroud. And he should be fine the rest of the fight. Right? Sounds like a great idea. Still didn't work. I ended up getting aggro anyways, and then like when I died, the other white mage had aggro, so like he would res me, I would like pop a potion, pop my shroud again, and then like he would die, and I would have aggro. So like we basically just repeated this process. And we were like, Tank, just go Sotos because you're useless. Like at least at that point you're doing like additional damage. Mind you, there were 2 tanks, and the party was like getting mad at me and the other healer, like, you know, you guys shouldn't be healing so much. So I was like, we're not fucking healing so much. We would cast a cure and have aggro. That would be all we need to do. And the fact that you guys don't have aggro means that your DPS sucks. So don't talk to me right now. And oh my god. Mind you, we were arguing as I was tanking the boss as a healer.
Yeah, I feel that Shadowbringer is probably gonna fix that to make taking a lot easier.
Well, yeah, and apparently healers are gonna like be. I think this is a terrible idea, but healers are gonna be relegated to just healing. Like they're gonna like nerf their
and DPSing when they can. But not really being DPS focused.
Terrible idea.
But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I gotta get my hands on it.
Like I said, it's like more into casuals again. Fucking casuals. But yeah, I would say that's like my that was my worst experience. I did get have you ever been like temporarily like removed from the game? Like,
no,
bad?
You don't want to. You don't want to tell that experience.
Right,
no, that's never happened to me.
All right, so I was in what was that thing called? That first alliance raid or whatever, and at this point I was pretty much really
Labyrinth of the Ancient.
And I was really used to it by this time, so it was whatever. I was just clicking on the other party's tanks, healing them, clicking on this, healing them. It's like, all right, you guys just gotta do this, blah blah blah, whatever. You know, just go to your freaking corner whenever he's about to kill us all. And they failed it 4 times somehow, and everyone was alive. I was like, stop trying to DPS the boss and go home. It's simple. A goes to A, B goes to B, C goes to C. I'm literally using stick figures and crayons, and you know, they just kept being retarded. So I was like, oh my god, and they were calling me like something I can't remember. So I was like, well, if you guys weren't such a bunch of bitch ass niggas, you know. And you're like, oh my god, he's a racist. I was like, I'm black. Are you for real? So yeah, it didn't matter what I said at that point or whatever. Like, I think the whole alliance like reported me. So I come back to my PC because I had to get a drink after that one. And my drink's a Mountain Dew. I don't drink, obviously. But yeah.
Stop drinking sodas. If you're gonna drink sodas, drink diet.
No.
Kill yourself.
Why would I? What? What do I need a diet for? Anyways, so yeah, I came back to my PC and like my character was like in this white room, just nothing around me, right? And like there was like this mod messaging me, and you know, he was like, so you were temporarily suspended for such and such. Do you have anything to say? I was like, I mean, and I responded with like, I'm going to assume that they didn't send you this. So like, I just hit the push or whatever, and I guess he looked at it. He was like, well, no, they did not send me this. I was like, then I would like my ban lifted, effective immediately. He was like, no, you're still going to have to take this such and such amount ban because you did say this and blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's not a racist comment. I'm black. Oh my God. So, yeah, that was hilarious. I think that's the only time it's happened. I mean, it probably happened again while I was like away from my PC or something, because like after particularly annoying people, I do walk away for a while because it happens so often. Oh my god. And obviously this does nothing but fuel my hatred for casuals, because obviously all these people in that raid were casuals.
It's Labyrinth of the Ancient.
Yeah,
bro.
filled with casuals.
Oh god.
I'm probably racist towards casuals, if anything.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
Casuals. Oh my god.
We need to casual lives matter movement.
You're gonna need a lot of that because I'm gonna break down the hammer heart.
Okay, all right. We're moving on to the next question. Did you make any good relationships while playing the game?
With my static, I'm still really good friends with Goddess and Alma. In fact, we talk like every day. We talk more than you. I mean, I still talk to Mosky. I still talk to Misha. Still talk to anyone I ever dealt with, except for probably the healers, because for obvious reasons.
Healer beef is real.
Yep.
Okay, so you're still friends with most of the people that you've made. In this game,
despite popular belief. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just sad I couldn't drag Alma and Goddess in here today.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to get more people's perspectives and feelings on how they feel about Final Fantasy.
No, it would have just been more bashing on casuals, trust me. You think I'm bad.
I'm talking about in the wide scale of all of these interviews. The wide
scale of all these interviews is how much casuals suck.
Anyways, moving on. God, you're killing me, Smalls. Are you excited for Shadowbringers?
Very excited to watch it, because I'm not playing it. But we'll see.
Okay.
We'll
what are you excited? What
honestly,
are you excited for the most?
What content they're gonna bring? Like what kind of raids? What stuff they're gonna do with the raids? I hope to not see recycled mechanics. Storyline has always been very, very, very amazing to me. Actually, I watched every single cutscene.
Yeah, trying to get people into that, but it's kind of rough at the beginning of A Realm Reborn, and hopefully they can figure out some way to trim that to make it a little bit more, edible for newer players getting into the game.
Yeah,
I doubt they'll do it
one of these days, but I mean, at the beginning you're just a nobody, and then like towards, I don't know, the middle of A Realm Reborn, like just the first part, you're like everything. You're like, and then at the end of A Realm Reborn, all of that is taken away from you. Like you're a fugitive, you were like the enemy of all the nations, you committed treason supposedly, and you had to like lift this stain from your honor, but first you had to survive like going to like the dragon's nest. It was a whole lot of stuff, and then like you survived that and had to like save the other realms again. And
okay, all right, you're telling too much of stuff.
All right,
people need to experience it for themselves.
I apologize, I gave spoilers, but you guys will all get over it. You will thank me for it later because you will actually pay attention to the story. You're welcome.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, we're wrapping it up with the last question here. So I want to thank you for joining me today and talking about your experiences.
My displeasure with casual.
That too, whatever experiences you had, good or bad.
Bad with casuals.
All right, and the last question: if there was anything that you could say to Yoshi P or the development team, not that they would hear this because I'm a no-name YouTuber, what would it be?
Stop catering to the casuals. Please, stop catering to the casuals.
God damn it!
You knew it was coming. That's like the one thing I've been complaining about since the beginning of time. Like, they ruined every single raid because they complained about it. Like, think about it. Turn 7 was great. It was one of the funnest raids I've ever dealt with in my life, or whatever. And funny part was, I wasn't even the healer. It's just, the kiter was the most important job, or whatever, so I was like, sure, let's just grab another caster who can like do scholar on the side or whatever. Like, this raid is like super easy to heal and like I can DPS, it's fine, whatever. And that raid was actually hard initially, and then they made it stick figures and crayons because people suck.
Okay.
Turn 8.
Okay.
They didn't exactly, I wouldn't say they killed that raid, but that is actually my favorite raid in the entire game, or was my favorite raid. And it's only because I felt like it was the second time that DPS would put on blast. Like, it's literally just nothing more than a slugfest. It should have been every DPS's favorite raid, because they're literally just sitting there smacking the boss in the face, or whatever. And, I mean, as far as healers is concerned, I think they usually just had them stationary too, or whatever. But I was like, no, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna solo heal. It's cool, I got this, or whatever. And, you know, it worked out perfectly. Just that one time we wiped that 1%, I wanted to cry. I almost actually cried, because it was like it was the last run of the day, and we were like, all right, we got this. And then I can't remember who screwed up. I think it was definitely the off tank, or whatever. Like, he pointed the dreadnought in the wrong direction, and he like swiped the party. I was like, not like this. And we all died. So yeah, it was very, very heartbreaking. But they dumbed that raid down too. And it's not like the raids were even like overly difficult. It was just understand the mechanics and do the mechanics.
You gotta think about other people besides
You mean
yourself,
casuals?
sir. Listen.
Exactly. You mean casuals.
We're going to end this now. Thank you for coming. I'm gonna have to put a fucking trigger warning on this video. We're gonna trigger everybody.
Casuals, be warned. Do not watch this video unless you are ready to rage.
Casuals rise up. Casual lives matter.
Casuals, bring it. Please bring it. Although I know you can't.
All right.
You're casuals.
Goodbye.